A group of office workers were questioned for a health magazine, and 2/5 were found to take regular exercise. So, regular exercise, 2/5, that is the probability. When questioned about their eating habits, 2/3 said they always eat breakfast. So eat breakfast, that is 2/3. We can just write this here. Probability of regular exercise, E, so that is 2/5. Probability of eating breakfast, B, that is 2/3. And of those who ate breakfast, this particular information means given. This means given. Of those who ate breakfast, that means given that the person had breakfast, the probability is 9/25 of doing regular exercise. This right here is a conditional probability. So probability of doing exercise when the given information is the person already had breakfast, that probability is 9/25. Watch out for that given information. Probability of having regular exercise when it is conditional given that he had breakfast is 9/25. That makes it a probability formula sum where we use the set notations to do the sum. Find the probability that a randomly selected member of the group always eats breakfast and takes regular exercise. And means intersection. We have to find probability regular exercise, breakfast, intersection, exercise. For this we have to use the formula. So the formula is this conditional probability. Let me review it a little bit. When you do these type of sums, the probability formula that you need is, first of all, A union B. The formula is probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. The formula for A conditional B is the first one intersection the second one divided by the second probability. So that these are the probability that we need. Since in the information we know probability of E conditional probability of B, we know the formula is probability of E intersection B divided by probability of B. Probability of E intersection B and B intersection E is the same thing. Probability of E conditional B is 9/25. Probability of E intersection B is what we have to find out, and the probability of B is 2/3, 2/3. Therefore 9/25 multiplied by 2/3 is probability of E intersection B. Therefore probability of E intersection B is equals to, if we multiply this would be 3 3s are 9, so this would be 6/25. Question B, does not always eat breakfast, and that means prime, B prime, and does not take regular exercise. Does not eat breakfast is B prime, and means intersection, does not take regular exercise is E prime. So that means probability of B prime intersection probability of E prime. That's what it means. In order to do this sum, let me write out probability of B prime intersection E prime. If you remember, when you have to do a prime intersection something, you don't need a formula, you need the Venn diagram, and the Venn diagram looks like this. This is B, this is E, so E prime intersection B prime in this outside region. Both of them prime intersection means you remove it. That means from the total probability, if you remove the probability of these two, which is B union E, then you can find this. This equals to 1 minus probability of B union E. This can be found using the formula that I just mentioned. So probability of the first set union the second set is add up the two probabilities, subtract the intersection. Remember what we just found. We just found the intersection. The union can now be easily found using this. We know probability of breakfast union exercise is equals to probability of breakfast plus probability of exercise minus probability of breakfast intersection exercise. Probability of breakfast is 2 by 3 plus probability of exercise is 2 by 5 minus probability of breakfast intersection exercise is 6 by 25. Remember, E intersection B and B intersection E is the same thing. The calculator is 2 by 3 plus 2 by 5 minus 6 by 25 is 62 by 75. Therefore, let's get back to the original sum. Probability of B prime intersection E prime is 1 minus probability of B union E, which is 62 by 75. 1 minus that is 13 by 75. The final question, determine giving your reason whether or not always eating breakfast and taking regular exercise are statistically independent. In these types of probability formula sum, the final question is usually where you have to prove whether the probabilities are independent, and the rule is if the probabilities are independent, then the probability of A intersection B should be equal to probability of A times the probability of B. If they're equal, then they're independent. If they're not equal, they are not independent. Usually what happens, it is proved that they're not independent. So let's see what happens here. So probability of B intersection E, this intersection is 6 by 25, we already know. So probability of B multiplied by probability of E, so this is probability of B is 2 by 3 multiplied by probability of E is 2 by 5. If you multiply 2 to the 4 by 15. Now you see that this and this, they are not equal, so you write since probability of breakfast intersection exercise is not equal to, this is how you have to present it, probability of B into probability of E, the events are not independent. This looks like a pretty straightforward probability distribution table sum. When Rohit plays a game, the number of points he receives is given by the discrete random variable. So this X here is the points that he receives. He can either receive no point, he can receive 1 point, he can receive 2 points, and he can receive 3 points. So the minimum point he can receive is 0 and the maximum number of points he can receive is 3. So X is the random variable and the probabilities are given. You have to find the expected value. This is a pretty straightforward sum. So expected value is 0 into 0.4 plus 1 into 0.3 plus 2 into 0.2 plus 3 into 0.1, and if we calculate this, the expected value would be 1. Remember, this is not the probability, this is the mean or the expected random variable. In question number B is f 1.5, that is cumulative. This means probability of x is less than or equals to 1.5. So 1.5 is somewhere around here, so less than 1.5 means this one and this one, all of them added together. So that means probability of 0 plus probability of 1. So probability of 0 is 0.4, probability of 1 is 0.3, so that is 0.7. Question number C, show that the variance is also 1. So variance, the formula for variance is ex squared minus mean squared. Ex squared means summation of random variable squared into probability, and this refers to the expected value, and we squared the expected value, so the expected value whole squared. We can do this some step by step. So ex squared is equals to data square into probability plus data square into probability plus data squared into probability plus data squared into probability. So this would be 2. So the variance would be ex squared, which is 2, minus mean squared. Mean is 1, mean squared is this, so this is 1. So this is shown. In question number D, what we have to do, find the coding. So variance of 5 minus 3x. If you remember coding says if it is variance of ax plus b, all you do is take the coefficient of x, square it, and multiply it with the variance, and the b is not needed at all. The coefficient of x is minus 3, so minus 3 whole squared into variance. This 5 is not needed, so 3 square is 9, and variance is 1, so 9 is the coding. The final question, this is the probability question. Rohit can win a prize if the total number of points he has scored after 5 games is at least 10. So you need 10 points to win. To win, you need 10 points. So this is clear. Now you get 5 chances. What type of game this is? This could be a game in a carnival where you throw tennis balls at some object, and if you can hit that object, you can get that object. This could be that type of a game. They're saying you get 5 chances, you get 5 games. That means you get 5 opportunities to get that score. So chances chances 5 chances. So you get 5 chances to get a total of 10 points. Now the marking system, the point system is when Rohit plays a game, the number of points he receives is given by this. The minimum point you can get is, since 0 is not a point, the minimum point you can get is 1, and the highest point you can get is 3. So in terms of points that you actually score a point, I'm ignoring 0 because it is, you're not scoring any point at all. The score that you can get a score of 1 point, you can get a score of 2 points, or you can get a score of 3 points. So that is the point. It can be a dartboard. Maybe there's a dartboard on the wall and you have to hit a dart on that board, and you can hit 1 point or 2 point or 3 point. The main thing is you're getting 5 chances. This is the game the first thing we need to understand what type of game this is. We need 5 chances and we have to gather a total of 10 points. The next information, after 3 games, the person Rohit has already played 3 games. 3 games played and 6 points gathered. 6 points earned. If you have played 3 games already, now you have only 2 chances left. So you have 2 more chances left. If you already got 6 points, to get a minimum of 10 points, that means if you get more than 10 points, that is fine. You need at least, that means at least 10 points. If you get more than 10 points, then that is no problem at all. Obviously it's a good thing, but you cannot have less than 10 points to win. In order to win this game, you need at least 10 points. 10, 11, 12, that is fine, but you cannot have less than 10 points. 6 points is earned. So now in order to get 10 points, you need 4 more points. If you have 2 chances, how much score can you get in 2 chances? Since 2 chances are left, let me write this. 2 chances left. So the score for 2 chances can be, for getting a minimum of 4, you can get 4 by 1 and a 3. That is 4. You can get a 4 by, the ordering is very important in probability. 3, first 3 then 1, that is a 4. You can get a 4 by 2 plus 2, 4. You can also get 5. You need 4 points obviously, but you can also get 5 points by a 2 and a 3, that is a 5, and a 3 and a 2, that is also 5. And in the 2 chances that you have, you can also get a 3 and a 3, that is a 6. So in all these things, if you get 4 or a 5 or a 6 in your 2 chances, either way you're getting 10 or more than 10. That means you're winning. So in order to win, you need this. You need a 4, you need a 5, or you need a 6 in 2 chances that you have left. So let's find out the probabilities. So the presentation should be probability of 4 points means 1 and 3, 4. So 1 is 0.3 and 3 is 0.1. Or you can get 3 and 1, that means 0.1 and 0.3, just the reverse. Or you can get 2 and 2, that means 0.2 and 0.2. This does not have any ordering. So the probability that you get a total of 4 points, I should write points here, that probability would be 0.3 into 0.1, 0.3 into 0.1 is 0.03 plus again 0.1 into 0.3, that is the same, 0.06 plus 0.2 into 0.2, that is 0.1. So the probability of getting a total of 4, the probability is 0.1. I'm writing addition here because you can either get this way 4, or you can get this way 4, or you can get this way 4. Next, the probability of getting five points total. You can get 5 points in 2 ways. by getting 2 plus 3 5 or getting 3 plus 2 5. So you need a 2 and a 3, or you need a 3 and a 2. So the probability of 2 is 0.2. So 2, and the probability of getting a 3 is 0.1, or probability of getting a 3 is 0.1, and the probability of getting a 2 is 0.2. So if you calculate this, it would be 0.2 into 0.1, or 0.1 into 0.2. That would be 0.04. Finally, you can get 6 points by getting a 3 and a 3. So probability of getting a total of 6 points is a 3 and a 3. Probability of 3 is 0.01, and another 3 is 0.01. That would be 0.1 into 0.01. We know the probability of getting a total of 4 points is 0.1. We know the probability of getting a total of 5 points is 0.04. We know the probability of getting a total of 6 points is 0.01. Again, remember, we have 2 more chances left. We need at least 10. We can either get 4 points more, so our total becomes 6. Our previous score was 6. 6 plus 4, 10. Or we can get 5 points in our last 2 chances. So the total score of the previous 6 plus 5 is 11. Either way we win. Or we can get 6 points in the last 2 chances. So the previous score was 6 plus 6 becomes 12. In these 3 cases we win. So the probability of winning that game, meaning either you get a total of 4, or you get a total of 5, or you get a total of 6. So total of 4 is 0.1, or total of 5 is 0.04, or a total of 6 is 0.01. So this would be 0.06. If you let me calculate this, 0.1 plus 0.04 plus 0.01, it's 0.15.